Educating, informing, serving. Fact TV, keeping government honest.
You are watching a Fact TV presentation of the Town of Grafton Select Board Meeting.
For the actual payroll. And I also included any increase in pay for the next fiscal year, starting in July. I dropped down the overtime discussed to be down to 10 and 15. Other than that,
What about the planning commission? Did we change that one?
there is, planning commission, I given Morgan and I right down to what, 15, I believe. Oh, it's 25. Oh,
They requested, they reduced it because of, I think they were like office supplies and
well, they had, for the videos and all, they had, they hired.
What, a woman?
The other thing we dropped down was the animal control officer. After Morgan and I had a meeting, we had budgeted 3,500 and we found that out of town will be about 1,700, which that could possibly change also if Rockingham joins. And there was one other town, is it Vernon maybe, might join. So there's a good chance that'll come down even more. So animal control changed from 35 down to 2.
So what, think about the planning commission, what is it now?
Planning is on page 3,
Did 2,500.
down 2,500.
And then they
We're at 32 budgeted for the year we're in.
and then,
I'm sorry.
they know about
I'm
that.
down on I believe Morgan talked to them.
Yeah.
I think that.
Okay, good.
They had technology in there for recording and stuff, and we take care of the technology. We take care of the travel in our general fund, and we also take care of any conferences or dues that they go on to, so. Technically, all that would probably be is, I think they spent 582 on maps that are on the wall. And if Bill or whoever, they needed extra help. So we suggested bringing it down to at least 25.
They've only spent.
582.
So that's plenty.
Yeah.
Don, you have something?
Yeah, what about, Mike, what about beaver maintenance?
What's that?
What about beaver maintenance?
Beaver maintenance? Well, we're gonna try to do them ourselves.
So if that's the case, then,
And you're still gonna have to, if you're gonna do a beaver this year, you're only gonna end up having culvert involved and.
We need some
hard
supplies.
work.
Digging it out.
We priced out actually the wire for going around them today, and it's like $30 a sheet for 5 by 10 piece of mesh. The post we can make ourselves out of whatever we come up with, so we can try to keep the cost down as much as possible.
should we leave that at 3?
I don't know, you probably 2 would be, to try it at 2.
What page is that on? Page 5?
I mean, I can't imagine we're gonna do more than a couple of years at most.
So you want to bring it down
I
2,000?
think we could do that and see how it goes. I think we'd be able to pull it off with that, and I hope. Get only a pair of waders, so we get good at the.
I noticed he used, some places he had regular steel, and in some places,
What's that?
I said, the beaver deceiver, some places he had regular steel meshing, and some of it was coated.
Yeah, I don't know,
I don't know, is that really necessary? I don't think so.
we're gonna use the uncoated because it won't stand out so much.
Yeah, I
It's
do.
just what we found, so we're gonna go with.
I mean, it lasts forever, a long time, I think.
Yeah.
Do you have anything else, John, or Kathy, or Seth?
What about the, lights? Are we gonna add that in, or we needed,
Do we need
Next.
lights here?
we'll change it over
Yeah,
from,
but we, one, we're looking for a grant or something there?
Well, Efficiency Vermont's helping, but there's still gonna be like 2,400
Hmm.
already, not counting these, but then that's gonna be in this year's anyways. And then it'll be, and we still have 5,000 in maintenance for the building.
Do we have any money left over from the ARPA money?
I haven't had a chance this afternoon, but probably not. But if not, we haven't even touched the repairs and maintenance for this year.
seriously,
We can take it out of this year's budget.
Yeah, you wouldn't, because everything is new. Actually, you wouldn't take anything out because everything was redone.
Yeah, except for, piddly things.
is there a deadline on when we're supposed to use the ARPA? Isn't there an end date?
I'm sorry,
The ARPA money,
What
wasn't
about-
there an end date?
2026, I think, or 2025, but I think most of it's all been used.
The rebate for the lights ends of December 31st.
Next year?
This year.
So if we wanted, well, we have to upgrade from the fluorescent to the LED. And in order to get the rebate, we have to purchase them before the end of the month,
End of December.
end of December.
So they would be in the budget we're in right
Is that
now.
possible?
Yeah, or we can at least order them and pay for them.
Yeah.
We
I
might
know.
not get them installed.
Stock and all, yeah.
Was there a breakdown to the cost of lights versus the labor to put them in? I think it gave you a price.
He just gave me that
He
one.
didn't itemize it.
Why do we have to change the lights?
They don't make fluorescents anymore, we'll be able to replace them at all.
So is it just these? Is there any more downstairs?
There's 30 and we're pushing 40 some odd bulbs.
40 lights?
Bulbs.
Bulbs.
So in each one of those, there's 4, so there's.
So post office, solicitor's office, Morgan's mine.
Then they better light it.
They're much better light.
Yeah,
I mean, they're
much better.
bright. It's like daylight. It's huge, but yeah, we can't get fluorescents anymore.
So do we need a motion to do that?
I think we should, I think we should have a motion to purchase those lights.
You know, how much is the rebate for?
You need to give me, and I can ask for. an
It's obviously cheaper.
But it is cheaper with the rebate.
So what is the amount we need for the motion?
Would take
Purchase
enough
lights.
to cover the replacement of all bulbs necessary. And use efficiency Vermont, yeah. We don't know the exact amount
And take it out of,
this year. I got like 4,700 in this year's maintenance.
Rich. We went over some of the changes that, it's been made. And we just talked about the Beaver receiver, we took $1,000 off that. And, now we're talking about, well, go ahead, what we're talking about, the grant we've got.
We've met with Efficiency Vermont and there's currently a rebate because the fluorescent lights are no longer gonna be needed. There's like a ban come 2024, so we have to upgrade these lights to LEDs. There's a rebate through Efficiency Vermont and we contacted the electrician and he gave and $2,400 to replace the ones downstairs. And so these lights in particular are not added in that price, so it'd probably be a little bit more.
You should do it. They've been threatening this and pushing it back for years. It's like, if we take it, you should do it.
The rebate ends December 31st, so we have to at least purchase the lights before then.
To get the rebate, you have to buy the stuff.
They should be done. Yeah.
So we need a motion on the table. Somebody want to make that motion?
I'll make a motion to buy the lights. And buy at the end of the year to get the rebate.
And then it comes out of the town hall maintenance, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Second, no?
I'll second it.
Any more discussion other than Rich's comments about we should do it before taking people, it's.
It's just at the 11th hour, they'll probably say, oh, we'll put you back another 2
Yeah.
2 years.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Are they gonna fix the steps out front by the post office?
Not
Is that
this
gonna
year, I
happen
don't
this
think.
year?
It was supposed to, Morgan was checking it.
I'll call him.
Is that in the budget?
It's not in the budget.
What's that? That's
Was that sidewalk?
No, you know, the curve,
The curve,
the one that's broken.
For
the whole
the,
sidewalk.
what-
It was like a $6,000.
It was $6,000 and he was supposed to do it, I'm pretty sure in the month of November, but I'll have to.
I think it's a little late to do it now.
So where's that gonna come out? If it's not budgeted.
Can also come out, we can see what capital budget has.
Capital budget has some money in there. Probably already approved that. wouldn't it?
We did approve
We
it.
did, yeah, it's been approved, but he's just really not done it. The other thing that's on hold too is the stairway.
Fire escape, I have met with that engineer and I'm just waiting on designs.
And that too is supposed to come out of capital budget.
Are we okay with all the fuel and all that kind of stuff?
Mike says everything else is okay. He went over it this morning with me and. The other change was uniforms, that went up because I had to buy the fourth person in uniform.
And what about road materials, you know, sand and salt?
Now, it's what we discussed before.
You guys all got my note that the last time I gave a proposal there, it was with 2,500 and.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not 25,000. We could do a little section of hot
Per day. What what's in decimal? I did it all day long.
It was a whoops.
If we had this kind of winter, it might not use a lot of salt.
Yeah.
I have a feeling it'll change. Probably by the end of January.
Probably, we have to have snow, I mean, but I think it's gonna be this kind of a winter where it's raining and snow and then freezing and.
I mean, if it stays like these, yeah, we can tougher that, it won't be too bad.
Hmm.
It's gotta warm up before it rains, though.
Oh, yeah,
Oh, God.
It's raining on that.
so is there anything else on this budget that we need to talk about before we tell Kim that this is it?
How much of an increase have we? Had here? We're not even having school stuff yet.
No, we don't have any idea on the school.
No, well, we can't do anything about that anyway, Gary.
Did you get what I sent you?
She wants
Yes,
to-
I did. And I had already talked to Hardy prior. And I thought maybe Hardy could give me a little bit more insight on reading it before reading the whole thing. And he has no other idea than what he'd already told me.
And I didn't send you the letter from Leslie Bowen.
He said, worst case scenario, it's gonna go up 5%, but the good thing is it can't go up any more than 5%. In any one given year.
Yeah, they have a different way of coming up with that figure by weighing schools, by weights. Rather than the population, I don't know, we had a whole workshop on it, it's just mind boggling what they're doing.
Off topic, but you know, that school down of what, 38 kids now or something,
Oh, it's less than that, I think it was.
less than that, not good,
6:30. Yeah.
I have a meeting this week.
unsustainable,
Pretty soon.
And that's,
not good,
that's for 2 towns.
yeah, right, yeah.
So the way I figured, the budget, is we're looking at approximately, I want to say about a 9% increase from last year. And that's, I included the capital in there too, assuming the capital, will probably get approved for the 250.
So 9%.
I guess
Then-
9, it would just take like your second to the last column versus,
Yeah.
that one, and it was, but I added in the,
The capital added into it's about $170,000.
Increase.
And then to that, you gotta add the school, which could be 5%.
Yeah, in the school, yeah.
5%.
Yeah, and just, the towns are all budgeting at this point too, and so there's like gossip going back and forth, between the towns on our muni net. You're seeing anywhere from 2% increase, some towns were 5, some were 7. I heard some even higher. So it sounds like all the towns are dealing with incredible increases, and that's not counting the school, they're just counting the town budgets.
The school for next year does have surplus. So that's gonna offset some stuff.
Right.
And I already mentioned that.
Yeah, he did, but he still thinks there's still gonna be an increase. And not to mention our CLA is probably gonna come down.
And the state is worried. I know that the governor is worried about the increase in the taxes for the people who live here.
Yeah, this is on like 16%.
Something like that. Yeah. So,
So the revenue, page that I sent you is, you know, that's, I give it to you at the very end because I really can't give it to you until the actual budget is made up. So I will have to tweak both the revenue and all of the expenditure for Mike's stats, and that he wants to change it to.
well, we still don't know what the grand list is either, so.
Yeah, but the proposed revenue though, what ends up happening is I kind of historically put in all the figures as to what we typically would get. Sometimes I bump it a little bit higher by thinking I have a crystal ball. Leaving out the very first line of property tax, and then that gives me a total of everything that's come in, and I subtract that from the exact total of what we expect to spend. And by subtracting that, the remainder is what we need to collect on taxes. For property taxes. That's just for the general fund. Because capital then has its own line item and is considered local funds, local tax.
Well, I mean, that's the way it is. I don't know what you can do about it.
So we're talking just that one change. The beaver deceiver from 3 to 2.
Well, if they want to know more, then, somebody make a motion that we accept the budget as presented tonight with the changes.
I'll make that motion. Sorry?
Any other discussion? I guess there's always a chance that we could, if something drastic came up, when is the drop dead? You know,
That is January 15th, I want to say, because at that point, we're gonna get in any appropriations, anybody that asks, like a humanitarian,
right.
that may have a petition, then you guys would need to consider, and then that would get added to it.
But that's not for next year, it's for year.
That would be this coming year,
Yeah.
what we're working on, so I would have to change this, assuming that it'll get passed by the voters.
Right. In case they, you know, they ask for the humanitarian. But I mean, but in case we had, something came up, we still have a little bit of time
Oh, yeah, if you have to change it, yeah.
to change something. if
I'm
something-
starting to work on the town report. I've done, some of it already where I have to plug these all in individually into.
Right.
Yeah, so it can be changed. The last draft that I'm gonna try and get it to the printers by the second week of January, so we have it back by the first of February. The town report.
Well, overall, the health insurance that we pay, is that increased percentage?
Yeah, it went up, what did we say, 7? Did we figure the health insurance?
Was it 6%?
It was like a 6 or 7% increase.
And it's the same, the health insurance is from
MVP.
What is MVP?
It's just another company like Blue Cross.
Yeah, usually it's either Blue Cross Blue Shield or MVP.
Those are the only two. I think.
Those are,
Yeah.
I was gonna say, those are the only.
Those are the only choices to stay.
Very good.
And then, just keep in mind next year we'll have an increase in insurance because more will be coming on.
Right.
I mean, I have Blue Cross Blue Shield, and they told me it's 2.6%.
So if there's no other discussion, all in favor of the budget, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. Any other business that we need to discuss while we're here? Do you have something on you wanna know? No. Mike, you have anything?
The only thing I can come up with is, talk to the truck company and the body company in the last week. And they were saying that if we wanna have a truck by September 2024, we're probably gonna have to start getting things moving soon. So they said that I could give them the go ahead and put a truck embodying our name. We wouldn't necessarily have to take it if we changed our minds and did something else. They don't really care because they know they can sell it, so. All the trucks that they order are all ordered the same way, so it doesn't matter if it's this town or another town. They just have a truck that they constantly order all the same. Bodies are the same. So,
What about the cost? They're gonna.
Well, don't we have to bid this out though? Yeah.
you'll have to bid it out, but if I said, we're gonna
Yeah,
purchasing a truck, they'll just, okay, there's one that would have Grafton's name on it, if Grafton doesn't do it, go somewhere else. They don't really care because they can sell it and actually get more money doing an open.
Well, there's no deposit involved, or
What's that?
no deposit involved.
No, it's just basically a word, I would just say, yeah, okay, put one with our name on it to have us in line. It's pretty common to do that, but
what other equipment did we buy this year? Anything else? We're not buying a grader or anything like that. So it's just a truck, right?
truck and the loader, I think, comes up the following year, maybe?
Yeah, but not for this year.
No,
Just the
but
truck.
you're gonna have to start doing that soon.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
kind of the
yeah.
same thing.
This, at the capital?
Yeah,
But you also talk about leasing and all that. And you can do a lease on the truck, just like you do a piece of equipment.
yeah, I don't think the trucks, though, is it recommended for trucks?
They don't really care either way. However you want to do it.
Well, it'd be worth checking into depending on how we turn out with the flood and the reimbursement, because right now what's carrying us through is our capital budget.
Right.
So,
So, I mean, yeah, you wouldn't pretty much go on that until. Right, fall of 24, so.
Hopefully we'll get our FEMA money by then.
Have we leased before?
What's that?
Have we leased before?
And never just a truck. The only thing we've done is the excavator.
excavator, which we still are, I think we've got one more year left of the
And
excavator.
then we own it.
Same way with the trucks.
Yeah.
They do the same thing.
Is there any positives to leasing versus?
Yeah,
Spread your payments out, you know?
yeah, as I said, we don't have a big hit.
Right. You can do it with anything that you're purchasing. basically. Any of the
So
equipment. you can do.
during the lease period, is that all warranty too?
You will have to put that in the lease, the price of the lease, just like if you're buying. It's no different than
Right.
buying. A lease is basically you pay one payment a year. That's right.
Yeah,
So then what happens let's assume it's a 5-year lease and the trucks are only gonna be run for 5 years, then you trade the truck in, is that what you do? We take title and then we own it, then we trade it in.
It's basically, yeah, you own it, you trade it, and you start all over again, whatever you want to do. It's an option out there.
Anything else? Rich, you have anything? Good. Kathy? Yeah? Good. Okay, somebody make a motion to, public comment. Well, you were here when we saw it, I needed you, so, okay.
I have nothing.
All right. All right, so the next regular meeting, the select board will be Monday, the 18th, here at 6 o'clock as usual. So somebody make a motion to adjourn? So moved. Second, right, all in favor, say aye.
Right.
Well, thank you. All right, Ken, another year gone by.
This meeting was recorded by Falls Area Community Television. located at 1 Hospital Court, Bellows Falls, Vermont. If you would like a copy of the meeting, our phone number is 802-463-1613 or email us at fact810@gmail.com. Falls Area Community TV, keeping government honest.